In this video, I'm going to be breaking down why most coaches and consultants struggle to scale their business past 30 to 50K per month and beyond. And this video is for you if you're a coach or a consultant making between 5 to 15K. You feel like your business is stagnating and not thriving and growing like you want it to be. You feel overworked and burnt out, and you feel like you never have enough time to do what you want to do because you're always running around putting fires out and wearing so many different hats. And you know that your knowledge and your program or your product is genuinely going to change people's lives. But it feels like not enough people are listening, and you're almost just grinding your wheels in the mud, but you're not getting anywhere. So if that sounds like you, then make sure you stay till the end. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first concept that I want to basically break down is I just want you to think about how a country's military works. So usually in a country's military, right, at the basic level, you have the army, the navy, and the air force, and there might be like other like more advanced and sort of specialized programs, but just for now, just think about the most basic level. That is army, navy, and the air force. So each section specializes in a certain type of combat. The army specializes in fighting on land, the Navy specialize in fighting on the water with big battleships, and the Air Force, they specialize in fighting in the air with jets and planes, etc. Now, the army doesn't need to learn how to do complicated turns and spins with a fighter jet because there are other people who already specialize in how to fly a fighter jet and use it and do the complicated maneuvers that they need to learn to be able to defend the country or be able to actually be successful in their career at the Air Force. So the army can spend all of its time focusing on getting better at fighting on the ground because the other two areas are being covered by specialists already. Now, it's the same with your coaching business. Whether you're a dating coach, you're a life coach, you're a mindset coach, you should have one or two specialties, and one of your specialties need to be the thing that you're selling, right? If you're a dating coach, then you need to know and you need to specialize how to get people dates and what to say on a date. If you're a life coach, then you need to be specialized in that area. So you shouldn't be focusing on all of the different compartments and departments that go into running a business, because what most coaches stuck between 5 to 15K per month do is they pretty much do everything themselves, where they're taking sales calls, they're doing the marketing, they're creating the content and they're posting it, they're editing it, they're doing cold outreach, following up with people, client fulfillment. They're doing everything and anything they need to do to keep their business afloat. And that's the problem, because when you're doing all of this, you're not growing, you're just surviving and you're just sort of keeping your business afloat. But what you should be doing is really taking away the majority of these things and start acting like a CEO. Because if you see these arrows, right, they're intentionally very short. You only have 24 hours in a day, and you can't spend that time doing this and this and this and this and this and this. Because what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to put enough or all of your energy into one thing to actually make it work properly, and for you to actually specialize in that area for you to be able to scale past 30 to 50K per month. Because if you have to create content and post content and then do the client fulfillment and then follow up with the leads and then cold outreach, where is the time? That's why you feel like overworked, you feel burnt out, and you need to start getting help either by working with an agency or hiring certain people to take things off of your plate. You can hire a VA to do the cold outreach. You can hire a social media manager or a VA to post the content and create some sort of graphics that you don't need to actually be directly involved in. A lot of these things can actually be outsourced and taken off of your plate so that you can focus on the things that you actually need to move the needle forward. And honestly, if you want to scale past 30 to 50K, then you just start thinking bigger and start acting like the future version of you who makes that amount of money. So, do you think the person making 30 to 50K is still posting content and is still doing outreach and following up with leads and writing emails to the email list? Probably not. Why? Because they're acting like a CEO. They're reinvesting that money into certain people who already have that specialty so that they can focus on specializing in what they specialize in and continuously improve so that they can get better results in that area. So the version of you making that amount, they wouldn't be doing all of these different things. They wouldn't feel burnt out and overwhelmed and constantly running around. So in my opinion, there's four priorities you should really have. And to be honest, even one of these can be removed at a certain level. The first priority you should have is constantly improving your product so that you can add more value, clients get better results faster, and so that you can charge more. So obviously at first you build a product, but you don't just build that product and that's it. You just leave it there. You want to be constantly thinking about, okay, how can I make sure that my clients are getting even better results, whether that's better results in terms of the actual result itself, or how can they get that result with less effort or in less time. And constantly doing things to add more value to your program, taking things off your clients' hands because you've already pre-made things for them, and essentially just improving your product overall so that you can charge more, you can add more value, and so that your clients get better results. Because when they get better results, number one, it's a lot more likely for them to actually start marketing for you through word of mouth. But number two, now you have more case studies to sort of put into your content, put into your sales assets, and it's sort of like a flywheel effect where you start with one or two people, they get good results, and then you put that in your case study, which allows you to get more clients, and then you put that in your content, and then those people start speaking, and it's just sort of compounds over time. Second thing is taking sales calls and getting better at sales. And to be honest, at a certain level, you can probably just give these to closers and start hiring closers. And I think if you're getting like 1 to 2 meetings booked in every single day, then you should probably start looking at getting closers. And if you're not at that level right now, and if you're just stuck at 5 to 15K per month, then I think the best thing you can do is focus some time every single day on learning at how to sell and getting better at sales, because it's one of the biggest skills that's going to grow your business. Because when people come on the call, you need to know how to sell them. You need to know how to handle objections and what to say if they ask a certain type of question, and how to get them from a point of uncertainty to maximum certainty so that they actually buy your program. The third thing is filming high quality content. And this is one thing probably that can't be removed at all, because if you're building a brand around yourself, then you have to be the one inside of the content. So getting better at filming content, getting better at storytelling, and just filming high quality content consistently, that's actually going to push your brand out there and nurture the people seeing your content. And then the last thing is building systems. So I would say the main difference between a business doing 5 to 15K and a business doing 50, 60, 100K per month is just the systems inside of those business, right? You need to have systems on how you're going to turn a cold person on this internet, a total stranger, into a paying customer. You need to have a sales process. You need to have a fulfillment system. You need to have all of these systems in place so that you can actually remove yourself from the business. And a CEO, what he's going to be doing, especially if you're trying to scale from 5 to 15K to 30, 40, 50K, is building the systems that you need to make sure that things are running smoothly and to try and remove yourself as much as possible. And now, if you're only focusing on these four things and everything else is taken care of, then the arrows get a lot bigger, and sort of like the time and energy you can spend on those four things improves. It sort of like gets a lot bigger, and that means you're going to get better results in that area. So instead of trying to learn sales for 10 minutes a day because you've got so many other things to do, now you can really go deep and spend an hour or two just really refining your sales script and refining your sales skills, so that when people come onto the call, you close more people and you close at a higher percentage. And it's the same thing with improving your product. Then your students get better results. You can charge more, put that in your marketing so that you get more clients, and everything is just a flywheel effect. But you can't do that if you're still here where you're just doing everything yourself, and it feels like you're just stagnating and you're not getting anywhere. So if that sounds like you and you are a coach or a consultant making between 5 to 15K per month and you want to scale, then I've left a link in the description for you to book in a call where we can just have a quick chat and you can have a free consultation with me one on one, where we can just understand what's going on with your business, where you're trying to get to, and make a customized plan on how you can get there. And at the end of the call, either we decide we're a good fit and we move forward together, or we decide we're not a good fit and you walk away with a free marketing plan in itself. So the link is in the description. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.